Coming to you once again from the Illegal Shift Studio. It is another episode of the One More Amount of Your podcast. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Dan Carroll. Let's do this. How'd that sound on your end?
Sounded great.
Sound like good, crisp opening?
Nice, crisp opening.
Right.
Like you've done that before.
Not a lot of extra going on there, just like nice crisp.
Like
sometimes you get the can sound and the frothy sound. Didn't have a lot of that.
I'm just glad you didn't spill it.
That has happened before, too.
that definitely
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
I don't know. We had a little bit of a tech issue. I don't know what it was. Hopefully everything sounds good out there. We were having an issue.
Coming to you in beautiful mono.
But now we're in stereo because now I can definitely hear you. I'm Jason Kiefer as he chokes to death over here.
I know it's a goddamn allergies, man.
I know it's terrible. I was doing a legal
shift.
I
know you've got allergies, like you've had them for a long time.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I was doing a legal shift, and I have this box of tissues over here. It looked like I was doing like 17 rails of Coke. Nose running like a sieve. It started just immediately. I don't know. Welcome to Cincinnati, I guess.
I don't know. It's only been the last couple of years. I just get this little cough, and it just will not go away.
Sucks.
You know, you take a lozenge.
A lozenge.
You have
I call them cough drops.
Have a little. I do have my Dan Varner flask is in that bag.
Well, son of a bitch.
Well, I can grab it, but then I got to go off camera. You know, we don't.
You do what you want, buddy. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, my medicinal flask is right
medicinal.
over there. Medicinal. It's right over there.
My Tusson's across the room. Well, you got your glasses too, so that's good.
I got my glasses. Forgot my guy. I got out of the car. I'm walking into the Illegal Shift Studio. I forgot my glasses. So luckily my son's home. And I said, hey, man, grab my glasses. He delivered them. We're good to go.
Delivered them with bells on.
We are good to go. Ton of stuff to get to today.
So I've got some quick news that you don't know about.
Oh.
So our Cannibals Sex Crazed Teacher episode got fucking yanked. Because I copyright infringed South Park episode. Completely eat that.
The whole episode got yanked?
Well, yeah, it got blocked. So I ended up having to edit it.
Okay, I know that part.
And then I put it up in our video section. It's not in the live section. Thinking back, I should have done it a different way, but it's up there nonetheless. So go check it out. It was a great episode. But we also got dinged because of our intro and outro music, which pissed me off because when we started this podcast over 2 years ago, I got our music off of a royalty-free site.
A lot of those out there.
Did everything legit.
Yep.
Not trying to steal anything from anybody. Well, when they dinged us for the copyright on South Park through Paramount, we got dinged on the music.
Dang.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hold on. So there was no implications because we're not monetized on YouTube yet. But I'm like, the principality of it, I'm like, I want to know why. Tell me why. Like, I did everything the right way.
Well, who's doing the dinging? Who's dinging us?
So apparently there was a third party. YouTube found a third party that supposedly owns the rights to that music. I said, well, so I appealed it the first time. It got kicked back. They're still upholding it through YouTube to the third party. So they're like, well, here's your options. You can appeal it again. So I appealed it again, and in the text box, I wrote I think, eloquent but not nice response and said, I need clarification. I can show you when we started using this music, what site I got it from. We have not had any issues over the last year on YouTube.
Fact.
Nothing's been said to us. So what the fuck? And
That's what your letter said. What the fuck?
Ended it with WTF. And I said, just give me clarification and how can we continue to use it? Because I don't
WTF is that standard business correspondence etiquette?
Definitely not standard business correspondence,
okay,
but it's Kiefer correspondence.
That's all.
But I said, explain to me why and how we can continue to use this, because I don't want to change our brand. A little bit over 2 years into this, I don't want to do that. So today, got an email.
Okay.
That third party has released the restriction, the copyright infringement.
How about that?
So we had a win. So Dan,
Boom.
Cheers. We got to win.
A win is a win.
To Kiefer's shitty email that I sent. Had to do it twice. I was talking to John the other night about it, and I'm like, this is very, very frustrating. He's like, it happens. Just appeal it. Well, then I appealed it. We got denied. And I'm like, nope, I'm not taking no for an answer.
Good work. A win is a win unless you're a dude pretending to be a woman and you beat up on a bunch of women.
Well, that's true.
Not going down there.
That's true. But yeah, so we I think we're out of YouTube jail now.
How about the guy that the Bengals drafted?
Oh, he's a fucking house.
Do you see the video of him when he was practicing with his high school team?
I should have pulled this. I should have.
Oh my God, that guy! It's unbelievable how it's like Andre Giant hanging around a bunch of sixth graders.
I should have pulled this out. Sorry if you're hearing that because it's my phone. But
what's the guy's name? I can't even remember the guy's name.
Was it last name's Mims?
Amarius?
Amarius Mims.
Amarius Mims.
So
played at Georgia.
We watched when they drafted him last night. I didn't watch the whole draft, but I got home in time to see the Bengals draft. And I literally showed this picture. You guys aren't going to be able to see it, unfortunately. I should have pulled it up. I said, that's what he looked like sitting on his own couch. You're not going to be able to see it, but I'll put it on our Instagram. But I actually want that couch in our house. The guy is a gargantuan man. I don't necessarily agree with the pick, but I was hoping for more of a defensive line.
Well, I'm hoping that they've evaluated him to the point where they think that he's got the ability to refine his skills, that he'll be an impact player in the National Football League. I mean, the guy would absolutely. I mean, if he was sitting here, we wouldn't be able to get him in frame because he's that damn big. I mean, the guy's huge.
I just looked at it. He's what, 6'8", 340, something like that.
Yeah, three.
Let me see if I can email this to myself real quick.
And the thing is, he's not fat. Who was the guy? And I was thinking about this when I was driving over here today. Who was the lineman that the Bengals drafted? I think he played at Alabama.
Andre Smith.
Yeah,
shitbag. He was so fucking fat he broke his foot every time he walked. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping we're not getting here.
I think he wound up playing 5 or 6 years in the league, and at one point he actually got to be a somewhat serviceable offensive lineman. But I'll never forget the
just
first
not
day.
For us, unfortunately.
Yeah, the first day he came to camp, he decided that he would do. They were doing some 40-yard sprints, and Paul Doherty, who used to be the writer for the Cincinnati Enquirer. And he wrote columns, one of the greatest writers of all time. Did you ever read Doherty when he was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll never forget, he wrote that Andre Smith is a man who looks like he has breasts that are in need of a good milking.
Well, when he ran his combine, he ran shirtless.
That was a huge mistake.
Man titties flopping everywhere.
He needed a man's ear or a bro.
Let me see if I can find this.
Needed a little support. But
yeah.
This guy is probably bigger than Andre Smith, but in much better physical condition, I would say.
I was hoping we were going to go with offensive or defensive lineman, but
I think you can find him out there.
And we got second round. So here's the image that I showed to Dan. That's what he looked like sitting on a couch around his family, getting the call, which I think I always enjoy seeing those, like when they're super excited, and they get emotional and whatever. That is
a real couch.
That sure as fuck looks like a real
couch. Whose
couch
house is that in?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
But I want it. I actually asked Jill if we could find one.
I hope I'm not around that day when it's time to move that fucking thing.
Oh, no, you're in.
No.
Oh, you're in. You are definitely
It looks like a sectional. I hate moving sectionals.
We will call it Harambe.
Haven't I helped you move before?
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah,
thank you.
Right. Yep.
What are friends for, huh?
That's right.
We should do a podcast on that sometime. Ask people where do they stand on moving. It used to be Someone's moving. Hey, I'm going to buy some pizzas and some beers. Come on over, help me move. Pretty standard stuff, right? That started not appealing to me about 20, maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Probably after you moved me a couple times. You're like, Jesus Christ, everything you have is heavy.
Oh, fuck. Tell me about it. I helped this one guy move. His name's Terry Chrisman. He used to be the bouncer at the bar down. It was called the Mount Washington Tavern. And Terry was a great guy, very soft-spoken, just a huge individual. I mean, almost as big as this dude the Bengals drafted. And I remember he wanted to move that day. And when you go over to the guy's house when he's moving, you like to think that shit's going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Shit's boxed up.
Pack and play, go.
Things are taken apart. None of that happened that day. So we had to put stuff in the boxes, prepare them to go. And then I don't
think I ever did that.
Then he was getting all particular about, oh man, don't be so rough with that. Oh, watch out for don't bang that into the wall. I'm like, Terry, like, what the fuck?
Two men in a truck. There's a number.
Yeah.
Call 'em.
No shit. I'm not a professional mover. Oh my God.
I've seen you move just your own body. I know you're not graceful. You're not graceful at all.
Well,
but I was always appreciative.
I'm not trying to impress anyone,
Our buddy Chris Short can pack some shit in a trailer. It's like fucking.
He's skilled in that area.
It's like
no
Tetris.
doubt about it.
You couldn't fit a fart in the trailer as we were filling it. Once it was done, you couldn't fit a fart in there. I mean, he was good. He's good.
Pack that shit up.
And it's always appreciated. Always appreciated. But even though I have a pickup truck, I'm not helping anybody move. When and if Jill and I have to move, or if Jill kicks me out or whatever, I will pay somebody to move. Because that stuff's bullshit now.
If you got a pickup truck, you've got a target on your back.
My mom used to volunteer me for shit. Oh, my son will help you move. I'm like, I don't even know this lady. No, I'm not going into her fucking house. Fucking crazy.
You don't want to talk about the time we were moving the moms, do you?
Oh no. Actually, we can. It's fine. You find some undesirable things as a younger man versus moving an older lady. Where Chris said, "Hey, make sure the drawers are all cleared out, Mom." And as we're moving, something's that shit's funny. We still laugh about that, actually.
I was getting ready with Craig Leonard to pick up that dresser, and I said, "Well, let's just pull the drawers out. You pull the drawer out, right? You get a grip on it." And this big old thing, brum, brum, brum. What the hell is that?
And hearing Chris go, "Mom, what the fuck?"
Ma!
That's fucking.
How about that meatloaf?
Oh my god!
It was about as big as a meatloaf.
That was yeah. I've seen some shocking shit, but that shocked the shit out of me.
That was the long dong silver. Right?
Where we want to start at, Danno? You sent me a bunch of shit.
How about the bus driver?
And I threw some things up.
Oklahoma City, man. I mean, look. There's a lot of these kind of videos out there where dudes go in, they start talking shit to the bus driver. And a lot of these bus drivers don't take that shit. I can imagine if you're driving a bus, and God bless you, man, it can't be an easy job.
Yeah. And
you got to deal with all kinds of retards and idiots and numbnuts all fucking day. But this is good video of this dude. And notice how there's a protective thing there for the bus driver. What's that supposed to protect him from?
So I was gonna play the video and then have commentary after, because I was curious as well.
All right, roll that video. I saw it. Actually, they played it on Fox News this morning too. So there's the guy, and then one shot through the thing, and the bus driver's like, "No, I'm not putting up with this shit." And I think he really got the better of this punk ass bitch.
Yeah, but then he leaves his post.
I know, but the bus is moving. Boom. But you see, if you notice, the guy still has his seatbelt around him. He didn't even come. He's still attached to his seatbelt. Lucky, because if he didn't have that seatbelt on, he might have gone flying through that window.
He potentially could have, yeah. And then he's tethered. He's stuck.
Yeah. So I think he's lucky he had that seatbelt on.
Well, luckily, and
there
luckily,
was a dude on the bus who was trying to help. But what a punk ass piece of shit you are! If you come up and you start talking to him, what's the bus driver done to you?
I've only taken mass transit maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, to be perfectly honest. Like, I've been on the Cincinnati Metro maybe 2 or 3 times. I know the first time was going down to the WEBN fireworks, which is our huge Labor Day celebration. Fucking shit show. Complete shit show. Drunks everywhere, which is expected. But on an everyday basis, these Metro drivers, wherever you're at, whatever city, whatever town, you are taking your life in your own hands, because to your point, you were saying you're dealing with everybody, the derelicts, the drug dealers, whatever. But then you have perfectly normal people that use that to get to work, or doing the right things. But you have this fucking ass clown that wants to start a fight, and I don't even know.
Ass clown, good word.
I love that one. I don't know what, because I didn't get much context as to what sparked the altercation.
Yeah, I was looking for something additional on that story, but I didn't see anything additional.
But even still, it doesn't matter. You're on his bus. If you don't like the fare, then get the fuck off the bus. If you don't like the fact that there's no, I don't know. I don't know what caused this, but there is zero reason. And this guy needs to be prosecuted to the full extent, put underneath the jail, because that's bullshit. Because
I don't know what kind of prosecutor they got there in Oklahoma City, but
how many lives did that bus driver have?
Oh, wait, what if there's someone standing by that building?
Yeah.
What if there's someone just walking along the sidewalk, minding their own business?
You can't just do.
They could have run people over. People could have been killed.
You can't just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And because you feel that it's fucking right. And
I wonder if that bus driver is going to get in trouble for defending himself.
But
though.
Probably. He'll be the one that gets fucked over because he wrecked the bus, all this other shit. Just the way the world has gone.
Yeah.
That little protective screen, I get it. Yeah. What is it going to protect? Should he have come out of it if he cares about his fares on the bus? Yeah, probably.
Is that a Wuhan piece of plexiglass there? Is that what that's for? So in case people want to come in and spit at you or sneeze
I don't think our metros have that.
Throw feces at you or some shit.
Start flinging it like fucking.
I know that's what's that called? Would use the same word twice. I said feces or some shit.
I don't know what the term is, but
there's a grammatical term for that.
I don't know. That. I don't know what that individual was trying to accomplish. I understand what the bus driver was trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
get the fuck off my bus. You're out.
That little plastic door there is about the flimsiest thing that I've ever seen.
But going down the road, that's a little scary. Yeah. But this is the fucking world that we live in, and that's where part of the, in this description and title, we're living in fucking weird times right now. Shit is popping off. You didn't see this. I'm sure it was there, but you didn't see it nearly. And obviously we didn't have social media and cameras everywhere. But in the 80s, somebody got on a fucking bus and just fucking did their shit. You may have a fist fight. Boom, you're done. Get the fuck out. I don't know more of the context with that, but when you said it to me, I giggled.
You get on a moving bus and then you attack the driver. You're dumb as fuck.
It makes no sense. And this is why people treat everybody like shit. We treat each other like shit, and that's a perfect example.
But I stand with the driver.
I do too. Absolutely. Yeah. You come on to my fucking rig, you're gonna conduct yourself. If not, I will show you how to conduct yourself.
Come on to my rig.
Like that?
Do bus drivers call their buses rigs?
I don't know. I would if I was a bus driver, but I'm not. And you see the same shit too, even with like the school bus drivers and the way the kids are acting now. And luckily there's cameras. You have some shit bus drivers that do wrong things, but you have these asshole kids that think that they can do whatever they want. That's the same shit. I mean, it's the same mentality. I'm here. You're in my world. No, fuck you. Get off the bus. I'm going to go into a quick rant.
All right, what do you got?
So I found this fucking article. Where's she at? Right here. Minneapolis approves $150,000 settlement for witness to George Floyd's murder.
Oh, for God's sake.
So I'm going to read this article. Sorry if you don't like my voice, but I read this and I got really, really pissed off. Minneapolis City Council has agreed to pay $150,000 settlement to an eyewitness who tried to intervene to prevent George Floyd's murder and who says he suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder as a result. First off, go fuck yourself. Donald Williams, a mixed martial arts fighter who testified against former officer Derek Chauvin in his 2021 murder trial, sued the city last spring, alleging he was assaulted by police while trying to prevent Floyd's death on May 25th, 2020. First off, you're interfering with an investigation. As a layperson, you're interfering. First and foremost.
Absolutely.
First and foremost.
It's not your place.
Exactly. The council unanimously approved the settlement without discussion Thursday. The lawsuit alleged that Chauvin looked directly at Williams, grabbed a canister of chemical spray, and began shaking it toward him and other bystanders, expressing concern for Floyd's welfare. In video played at Chauvin's trial, Williams can be heard urging Chauvin to get off Floyd and denouncing the officer as a quote-unquote bum. Former officer, and I couldn't pronounce it, Thao. I don't know exactly how that's pronounced, but sorry if I fucked it up. Stepped toward Williams and placed his hands on his chest, the lawsuit said. Williams told the jury in Chauvin's trial the officer executed what MMA fighters call a blood choke on Floyd. Understand you're a trained MMA fighter. But also, we've already talked ad nauseum in the fact that Chauvin did exactly what his fucking training manual told him to do.
100%.
Oh, we're drinking.
There you go. I said that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you did. As a result of the officer's actions, Williams alleged in his lawsuit he feared for his safety and endured pain,
for God's
suffering, humiliation, embarrassment, and medical expenses. First and foremost, go fuck yourself. You got involved in something that didn't involve you. You were involved in a police investigation / detainment, and you as a bystander got involved. Fuck you.
Right or wrong, it's not your place to step in and interfere with police activity. If you ask me.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
You're okay, fine. You're what is he? He's a karate man or something. What is he?
MMA fighter.
MMA fighter.
Which, if you talk to anybody walking down the street, they all think they're an MMA fighter. I've watched enough UFC. I'm an MMA fighter.
Because you're an MMA fighter doesn't give you the carte blanche to step into a police action. Doesn't allow. You don't have that right. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you think the cop is doing something right, the cop is doing something wrong. It's not your place. There should have been people in Minneapolis who might have thought of that and then maybe countersued this dude. And, and I don't know what the penalty is. I'm sure there's got to, maybe in Minneapolis there isn't. There's got to be jail time associated with that.
But
like this dude in Oklahoma City is probably bumping around, doing fentanyl or crack cocaine or whatever he's doing today. This guy faced no consequences at all for interfering with a police investigation.
No consequences, and is getting paid.
And getting paid.
Unanimously.
I mean, like, granted, $150,000, after he lawyered it up and everything, ain't going to go that far. But for God's sake.
It's not a ton, but it's the principle behind it.
I know.
Unanimously with no discussion. And Minneapolis right now.
And how weak and timid is the city council in Minneapolis if they caved into this dude?
Right.
Here's $150,000.
Right.
Not our money, somebody else's money.
I literally,
God.
Oh, see, you used my term. I like it. I'm rubbing off on you. But
they are.
It's complete. Minneapolis City Council is so afraid to create more ruffles and more issues in the country. They're like, you know what? Here, $150,000 go away. But you have to stand, even though you've convicted Derek Chauvin. I get it. You convicted all the other cops. But because this guy decides that he's going to be a vigilante, is the way I look at that. It's a vigilante fucking move.
Doesn't work that way.
And all of a sudden I have PTSD. Go fuck yourself.
Doesn't work that way.
That's called a payday, is all it is. That's called a payday. Idiots. Joe Billy said also, pretty sure bus drivers don't set the fares. They just drive the damn thing.
I hope he goes out and gets a hooker with AIDS.
He'll blow it at the casino the fucking first night. It'll be gone. It's fine.
Fucking dumbass.
Somebody that, I have PTSD because of what I saw. I understand it's a traumatic event. You didn't have to be involved in it, though. Not your place. Not your place.
George Floyd was a fucking drug dealer and a thug.
Piece of shit.
And he died from a fucking drug overdose.
Yep.
And look, I was on that bandwagon when I first saw that video. The edit, and again, didn't see the video. The video that was shown for so long was so out of context. But I thought I saw, and I was still.
Joe Billy said your term you're looking for is alliteration.
Thank you very much.
She's very smart.
I'm not going to argue that.
She's very smart. Way smarter than both me and us two monkeys.
But the video I saw, even though it was out of context, had me convinced that Chauvin was in the wrong. But then I got out ahead of that, and I said the dude was wrong. It wasn't police work. It was bad. But what are we down? What are we 4 years down the road from this now?
Yeah.
And we did a podcast when the evidence came out, detailing how he had taken fentanyl, he had done this sort of thing before. That the police manual was essentially thrown in the garbage, not allowed at trial. How can you not allow the police manual at trial?
Yeah, that's
what kind of clown show is that?
It's called racial.
I mean, if you're in the legal profession, you should be ashamed of that.
Well, they apparently are not up there.
Why did you do it? Because I was trained to do it that way. Well, where did you get the training? The police manual.
From your city.
Can we look at the police manual? The judge says no. Right. No, can't do that. No.
Well, it makes too much sense, Dan.
You have to listen to the testimony of the police chief who says we don't train our officers to do that. Is that police? I wonder if that police chief is still around. What a piece of shit that guy is.
I think it was a female.
The police chief. I mean, if guy, gal, doesn't matter.
Right. Whoever it is. I don't know if they're still there or not. I could look that up.
I don't care.
Joe Billy said he don't want none of that smoke. Talking about you.
What smoke?
Because she's smart.
Oh. Hey. I know where my lines are drawn.
That's right.
Oh, man, what else do we got? How about, last week in Congress, they voted to send an aid package to Ukraine, an aid package to Israel. Had a little aid package in there for our friends at Hamas. And by the way, they're building the pier. They're building the pier now from Gaza City out into the sea, whatever fucking sea that is. But anyway,
who cares?
So the ships can go in and deliver goods and inject them right into the city, so Hamas can get them a lot faster, because it doesn't go to the people; it goes to Hamas.
Right.
And then I found this piece that let me see if I can find this real quick. That here we go. Israeli Defense Force. Says terrorists fired mortar shells at under construction U.S.-led Gaza pier as UN officials toured the site. So the United States is building this pier to get humanitarian aid into Gaza City, right? Into Gaza. And the terrorists are shooting at them. while they're building this fucking pier. We should pack our shit up and get the fuck out of there.
Yep. You don't want our help?
I mean, what kind of shit is that?
It reminds me of
that. I mean, that is what's going on. That wasn't reported anywhere. I had to find it in the Times of Israel.
Reminds me of the movie Airplane when Mrs. Cleaver's sitting there talking jive. Joe don't want no help. Joe don't get no help. I packed my shit up too. Oh my God. So yeah, so Dan sent me this fucking video. Okay.
So they approved the patent. They got off on that tangent because they approved a package for
just reeling you back in.
I know. They approved the package for aid to Ukraine, aid to Israel, something for the Taiwan. There was money in there for Taiwan, and then of course money for the terrorists.
But nothing for our border.
No.
Which is
weird. The Ukrainian border. And look, when it comes to Ukraine, I understand the need that Putin not be successful in Ukraine. Should we support Ukraine? I think yes, we should. But as an American taxpayer, you pay any taxes this year? I know you got a refund probably, but
yeah,
but you pay tax.
Yep, absolutely.
Chances are everyone watching our show is a red-blooded tax-paying American. Is it wrong that we ask for some accountability? All I want to know is the money that we are spending on Ukraine, the munitions that we are, and I understand that the vast majority of it goes to American companies that make bullets, that make guns, that make things that shoot, big guns, little guns, in between guns, things that fly and shoot, all this stuff. I understand most of that goes, but there still is some money that goes there because we're paying their pensions. We're paying for this, that, and the other thing. So money is going there. And I've seen a lot of articles over the last 7, 8, 10 months, couple of years about all these higher-ups in Ukraine politics that are building these wonderful, beautiful homes in all these exotic locations around the world. Well, how'd they get so much money to build these homes? Well, they got it from us.
Yep.
Then I see this piece, and all I'm asking for, I'm not saying we shouldn't fund Ukraine, but all I'm asking for is some accountability. Is that so wrong?
No, I think it's
can we get a little breakdown of, this X amount of money went for this X? I mean, when you send this many billions, and I think we've got to be in the $200 billion range now. When you talk about maybe probably more than that, all the money we've spent on Ukraine. $200 billion. Is there going to be a little waste there? Probably yes. It's a lot of money. But when you see stuff like this, that we're going to play here, a CBS News report, about 30 seconds worth of it, it just makes me ask the question, can we get a little accountability? Apparently the answer is no. Here we go.
Despite the rockets, Ukraine's nightlife is rocking.
Yeah, rock.
The bars and clubs are full. The place is jumping, music pumping, drinks flow freely, and they dance like there's no tomorrow.
No tomorrow.
And it's not just here. Fun fact, there are now more bars and restaurants in the capital than before the start of the invasion.
I want to go hang out there.
There are more bars and restaurants in Ukraine's capital than there was before the start of the invasion. How did that happen?
That looked like a good time.
We are talking about war-torn Ukraine, are we not? Look, man. Ukraine is, compared to the United States, is not a huge country. When your country's at war, I'm sorry, bro. You got to you got to help the effort out. You got to chip in.
Wouldn't a war, like if you're a war-torn country, and we saw all the videos of, Kiev getting fucking just blasted. Just rubble in all these other towns and cities and whatever. And I'm not super geography versed on Ukraine because I just don't care, to be honest with you. But when your shit's like blasted to rubble, that we saw what we're in, year 2? Year and a half, 2 years?
Oh yeah, we're I think we're at least 2 years down the road.
So
on
so
this.
you see your shit blasted to rubble. We had a fucking pandemic that we never even nobody could see it. But yet we shut everything down. I couldn't go down the street to a fucking bar to get a beer and sit in there. I
Yeah.
had to bring it home.
Yeah.
Or get beer at a gas station with a mask 6 feet away. Hey, place it here. All this shit. I would think a fucking war is just as much as a pandemic as a medical pandemic. And I'm using the quotes because I have my own thoughts on the whole fucking thing. But yet these motherfuckers are out there with fucking Roman candles and shit, fucking dancing around. I'm old, but I'd like to try that. I'd like to give it a whirl.
I'm seeing a lot of military age men in that video that are probably not pulling their weight when it comes to defending the homeland. If the shores of the United States were attacked by a foreign enemy, and we're talking about conventional warfare because what's going on in Ukraine has not really been a lot of cyber attacks. It hasn't been nuclear war, pretty much conventional warfare.
Yeah.
Would you be more interested in partying and going to bars and opening bars and restaurants, or would you be more concerned? Would your top priority be maybe defending the country? And if you had to step up and do your part, would you be willing to do your part? I would.
Yeah, I would, but
I'm 60 fucking years old and I would do it.
But that fucking party scene looks pretty fucking
I mean,
legit.
yeah, they look pretty good. The girls are hot.
Thanks, USA.
Yeah.
Thanks, USA, for the money. We're fucking partying until fucking 4 a.m.
Did you see what's his name's wife in that video?
I did not see it.
She likes that scene, I think. Zelensky, the leader, the main guy there.
She's a partier.
I mean, she was on the cover of fucking Vogue magazine.
And fucking David J said World War II Europe was a vacation compared to the Pacific. I mean, all this money that we're fucking throwing out there and this big bill that was going through $95 billion and not a single fucking cent is going to our fucking border. Yeah, let's send it over there. That sounds like
so when I see, and this is CBS News. This is not some right-wing extremist nut job news outlet. This is CBS News.
Right.
No, the drinks are flowing. The party's going on. More bars and restaurants now than when the war started. Business is fucking great.
Bring me more vodka.
Got the fucking money pipeline coming in from the U.S.
So I heard, and stealing something else from Drinking Bros, I did it a couple episodes ago, and I did, I hate to grab shit, but when I'm listening, it hits my ear. And and I cannot give you names, but there was I don't know if it was a congressman or a senator speaking to somebody in Ukraine's, upper echelon, saying, "Hey, we're getting ready to vote in a half an hour. Money is coming. The money is coming." And the motherfucker from Ukraine was like, "So when can we expect it?" Like he wants a Western Union fucking telegram, fucking wire. Tell me what time to be there to get it. Like that's the way it was. And I'm like, and it was an audio clip. It wasn't anything that they fabricated. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Oh yeah, we're going in a half an hour. It's still got to pass the House. Yeah, whatever.
So so when all these Congress people go over to visit Zelensky, you think he's hooking them all up with blowjobs?
Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah.
Yes, we show appreciation.
It's Ukrainian
women.
You
enjoy Ukrainian women.
Ukrainian women all through the fucking hall. You pick yours. Thank you for your support. Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
What if I went 2 or 3 or 4 of them? Not you go with you. Enjoy yourself.
But we can't protect our own fucking people here.
All I'm saying.
That's gross.
Is it wrong to? I mean, I'll throw that question out to the audience. Is it wrong to ask for just some modicum of accountability?
Yeah.
I see stuff like this, I have questions.
It's a very fair question. Very fair question, Dave.
Where does the money go?
You normally don't pose fair questions, but that's a very fair one.
My questions are fair.
Yeah, not all the time. Let's see. Oh, we got this one. I gotta pull it up. Part of the title is the fact that we're allowing shit to happen inside our borders, inside our country, taking away centuries old traditions of commencements and graduations, and these people work so fucking hard to go through. I do not have a college degree, not ashamed to say it. I don't have a college degree, but I'm sure if I did, I probably worked hard. And these people in multiple, I just grabbed this article, but in multiple fucking colleges aren't allowed to fucking march in their college graduation because of these fucking ass clowns that want to protest. And
the pro-Hamas. We are Hamas. We are Hamas.
Yeah. So the latest USC sparks backlash for canceling main stage commencement ceremony, caving to campus terrorist, which I completely agree with that term, campus terrorist. These people are allowed to do whatever the fuck it is they want to do.
If you support Hamas, then you support terrorism. That's it. And you're a terrorist.
So
I can make that leap.
So USC announced Thursday that it's canceling its main stage commencement ceremony of 2024 graduates as anti-Israel protests have shut down its campus. How are you allowing this to happen?
How many graduates did that say?
Well, it didn't say how many. I can read down further if you read something.
But it's got to be what? 2,000?
USC,
4,000?
Yeah, it's a fucking huge school.
5,000? I mean, a lot.
With the new safety measures in place this year, the time needed to process the large number of guests coming to campus will increase substantially. As a result, we will not be able to host the main stage ceremony that traditionally brings 65,000 students, families, and friends. So that's a total for all of them to our campus at the same time and during a short window from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. So we've talked about it before. I'm all about your peaceful protest. You do it peacefully. You don't engage in and interfere with things that are happening. We talked about it on the bridges. If you want to stand on the sidewalks and you want to fucking protest, protest. But the fact that we are now taking centuries old fucking tradition for these people to be able to march and get their diplomas, their degrees, for all the hard work that they did that may have nothing to do with a lot of this. Some of them may have, they may have the beliefs, but
what do you think a degree
fair.
at USC sets you back?
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
More money than you and I make in a year.
But when we hear these fucking protesters and even going into transgender shit, well, it's not fair. It's not fair. Well, it's not fair to the fucking people that went in, did their job, did their studying, got their fucking degree. It's not fair to them.
There are still people who care about those sorts of things.
Yeah, and you're fucking them over. And I saw this, and I was so fucking mad. And again, coming from a guy that doesn't have a fucking college degree, but if I made it through, I would have liked to have done that. That's a big accomplishment. It says, just a disgrace, have the graduation and arrest anyone who disrupts it. Well, I mean, that's this Mark Thiessen on Twitter. I get it, but you don't have the resources.
But if you see video of these protesters, these pro-Hamas protesters being interviewed, and they get asked questions like, well, where exactly is Palestine? I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, Palestine doesn't exist. So, yeah, that's number one. What are you protesting out here? I don't know. And then you're saying, are you chanting from the river to the sea? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. What river? What sea? Yeah, no, they don't know. I mean, they're all getting out there on their social media because someone probably told them it was a good place to hook up. So that's what I'm just out here to get laid. I mean, come on, man.
So since he posted a little bit, he goes, are you cool with the money that we give to Israel? I'm not good with any money that we're sending anywhere right now because we have enough fucking problems in our fucking country that we're not fixing. So
well,
to address that one,
Israel is what you call an ally. So Israel is like
we have gotten zero from Israel.
Israel is someone who's on the same side as us. We have a long-standing policy that I think the United States was the first country to recognize Israel when it came into existence. They are a very small country surrounded by enemies on all sides. Am I fine with a blank check to Israel? No, I would like accountability for the money that we send them as well.
So the other comment,
does that answer your question, Cincy 513?
The other comment that he threw up, and nobody is protesting and claiming to be pro-Hamas.
Yes, they are.
Being in support of
Listen to the chant.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Being in support of Palestinian people is not the same as supporting terrorism. Are you that dim? Question mark. No, it's the fact that they're protesting and they're changing the way that we do things. They're not doing it the right fucking way. You could protest Nazism if you want to. Go ahead. I don't care. Like, you could say, I'm a pro-Nazi, whatever. We have fucking Aryan Nation and militias and shit all the time that throw signs. Do it the right fucking way and don't block other people that don't want any part of your shit.
No, listen to the chanting that is going on. We are Hamas.
Yeah.
They are supporting Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. The Palestinian people that you're talking about, Cincy 513, are the people who voted Hamas in to be their government. Okay? When they had elections in Gaza and those people voted, Hamas was running for the election, or Hamas representatives, and said and their terrorist organization, their charter, their statement is they want the end of Israel. They want Israel gone. They want Israel wiped off the map. They do not recognize Israel's right to exist.
So Jill commented.
So the Palestinian people that you talk about are the ones who voted them in. So don't give me this about the Palestinian people not the same as supporting terrorism. Yes, it is. Because they support, their life is a living hell, but they voted, this is what they voted for.
Yeah.
And now they can't have any more elections because Hamas said, like, we're in power, no more elections. Thank you very much.
So Jill commented, said, I mainly agree with that statement, but I have seen college kids chanting, in quotes, we are Hamas in these protests, and Hamas is a terrorist organization that brutally attacked Israel on October 7th. I love when we get discussion in the chats and they talk to each other, but I feel that we have to highlight a lot of these. But I was waiting for Cincy. I was waiting for him. I knew it was coming.
Well, I'm just telling you, these kids out there that are wearing the headscarves and all the rest of it, the vast majority of them have no idea what they're talking about.
They're grabbing onto something that, oh, well, I know somebody that's supporting this, so I need to be there too.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And it's mob mentality is what it turns into.
And I'm guaranteeing you, it's social media. Hey, come on out, man. There's a guy with a big dick out here, girls. He's going to get laid. That's what the girls are going for. Here's some good news, though. I found this. This wasn't part of the show, but I found this right as I fired up the computer today. Pedophile sentenced to be physically castrated after raping a 14-year-old girl. Boom. Louisiana judge sentenced a man to castration, pleaded guilty to raping the 14-year-old. This dude, Glenn Sullivan, 54, sentenced after pleading guilty to 4 counts of second-degree rape. The judge, William Dykes, sentenced Sullivan to be physically castrated along with 50 years in prison. So this guy's time in prison is going to be a living hell. He's 50. He's 54. He's got a 50-year sentence. He's going to be there a long time. And he's got no junk.
No junk.
Look, you know more about medical stuff than I do.
I do.
When you castrate a guy, what is that? Just cut your nutsack off? You still got your dick though, but it doesn't get. What happens? I mean,
I'm assuming that they're probably going to chemically castrate.
No. Wait. Because
you just threw this at me, dude.
I know. Wait, physical castration.
Oh fuck!
Not chemical castration. So they're going to cut some shit off. What gets cut off?
I'm going to assume the balls.
The ball sack.
The ball sack.
Because I didn't know if they left you with a little tube there that you got a wee and you got a.
That's going to look weird. I don't know. I'm not super versed in that. It's not something that
can't be pleasant.
I go down some wormholes on the internet, but that's one I don't go down.
So this guy is going to have this procedure done, and then you got a 50-year.
Maybe it's like when you castrate a bull, where you put the fucking rubber band around his nuts, and then the blood flow stops, and then the nuts just fucking.
Andy raped a 14-year-old girl. He's going to be like, just kill me. Just kill me.
He needs worse than that. He needs worse than that. He needs to be hung by his dick. And then people get to fucking hit him.
Castration. That's why all these people in prison who want the sex change surgery, right? These guys say, "Oh, I'm a female. I identify as female. I need to go over to the women's prison."
Dude.
Well, fine. Then we'll give you the female parts.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to do that. I still want to keep my man parts.
He'll identify as a female and go to the female.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I.
That ought to be it. Yeah, that'll be it. You get behind what's door number 1. Castration. You're a female. Here we go. Cut your shit off. Good. Knock yourself out.
You get no tits, though. You get no tits if you get moved over.
Look, prison is supposed to suck. For this guy, it's going to suck. And I don't feel bad about that at all.
I don't feel bad about it either.
All right, here we go. This was the big one for me. I found this article as I was preparing for the show last night.
Oh, is this where you think
I was up late?
Is this where you think I'm dying?
Well, I mean, you and me, and we're going to throw these questions out to our viewing audience. 8 bad habits that make you age faster, according to the experts. So let's talk about our bad habits. So you want to, you want to live longer?
Maybe. Maybe.
It ain't all it's cracked up to be sometimes.
I mean, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people that live long and wish that they died earlier.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right. Oh, okay. Are you ready?
This is as much of a shock to everybody as it is to me. So we'll see.
All
and
right.
then I'm probably going to get ridiculed when we're done with this when I go upstairs.
Well, to our
because I have a ton of bad habits.
All of our viewers right now on one more, and I'm out of here. Here we go. 8 bad habits. What do you think is the number 1 bad health habit that you can have?
That I have?
That anyone could have. Number one worst thing you can possibly do for yourself.
I would assume smoking tobacco use.
There you go. Number 1, smoking.
Yep. Which I get yelled at about that all the time.
Smoking has been
Speaking
proven
of which, I'm going to throw one in.
to shorten life expectancy. Smoking speeds up aging by exposing yourself to harmful chemicals,
I quit
reducing
smoking,
oxygen
though.
supply. I've been quit.
You've been quit? You've been quit?
26 years, something like that.
September 11th, 2012.
I see. I don't remember
when
the
I
exact day that I quit.
Well, I did it on September 11th, 2012.
But I still remember the last cigarette that I smoked.
No, I'll sneak a hit here and there, like just to see, like our buddy Chris, he'll have a smoke. I'll be like, Here, let me try it. I'm like, yep, nope, still, I don't need to go back. I'm good. All right.
Like I'll be playing golf with a buddy of mine. He'll be smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, dude, I want one of those so bad.
Cigars, I love cigars though.
Yeah, I have had a few cigars, but smoking speeds up aging by exposing you to harmful chemicals, reducing oxygen supply, breaking down collagen, increasing oxidative stress. So smoking is number 1. So you don't do that.
Okay.
Little dip though. Doesn't say anything here about dip.
Well, it's fucking terrible.
But the lung health is really bad. So,
and when I quit smoking, by the way, I fucking obtained allergies, asthma after I quit smoking.
Dude,
I saw my doctor more after I quit smoking than I did when I smoked. But I'm not saying it's a good thing.
When I quit smoking, my golf game went to hell.
Oh yeah.
I mean that was
that's what it was.
Okay. The next thing on the list: excessive sun exposure. Excessive sun can lead to aging by damaging the skin's DNA.
Yeah, you look like Magda from
causing wrinkles, sagging skin, dark spots.
Is that what happened to my balls?
Increased risk of skin cancers, basal cell carcinoma, melanoma, the latter of which can be fatal. So I'm probably guilty of that.
We're probably all guilty of that.
especially in the summertime. I go out. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I don't like putting sunscreen on.
David J says everything you're listing, Dan, just tells me I need more.
I don't like putting sunscreen on. I don't know what it is. I just I don't
Crazy.
like. I don't like even the spray. It just my skin feels all clammy and sticky. I'd rather go out and get a sunburn and be done with it.
All right.
So,
Next.
all right.
Everybody's guilty of that.
The next is poor diet. A nutrient deficient diet has been shown to accelerate aging.
Well, if you haven't seen me, I feel like I eat pretty well. I mean, look at me.
Did you have any breakfast this morning?
No, I don't.
I had I had coffee.
If I eat breakfast, I shit like a goose.
I drink coffee with nothing in it, black coffee.
I drink Diet Mountain Dew.
Black coffee is not really bad. I think black coffee is probably not really going to hurt you.
It's not bad for you. I
do eat a lot of junk food. I'm going to go have a big fat steak tonight. It's my wife's birthday dinner. Love you, Paula.
Happy birthday, Paula.
Her birthday was actually yesterday.
It was yesterday. I was waiting for you to say it. I wasn't going to fucking.
But for our birthdays, what we do is we always go out to Longhorn Steak. We like Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh, you're going to Longhorn?
I mean, it's not Jeff Ruby's. It's not the Hitching Post, but
no, Longhorn's a shit though. I like it.
Longhorn's got good steaks. So and it's close. We go there. We sit at the bar and we eat steaks. So poor diet is next. Then
everybody's guilty.
How about lack of exercise?
Well,
how you doing on that score?
My job's pretty active, so I feel like that I get exercise.
Regular physical activity, Jason Kiefer.
Do I go to the gym every day? No, I absolutely
essential for maintaining muscle mass, circulation.
You want to feel it again? I'll feel when I'm ready.
Your cognitive health.
Oh, that's a whole nother issue. That's what my therapist fucking says. That's a whole nother issue.
Could we all get a little more exercise? I'm probably guilty there, but I do a lot of.
But you're active. You're active when you're working with.
When I'm
Corbett.
working with Corbett, and when I was fucking working in that bathroom today. It was terrible. I hated it.
I needed a picture.
That was a lot of physical activity. So I think I'm okay. Could I use more exercise? Yes,
I definitely could as well.
Next up. Excessive alcohol consumption.
Guilty.
I'll drink to that.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. That's why it's called one more and I'm out of here. Sorry.
Alcohol dehydrates the skin, can lead to liver damage and cognitive impairment.
Fox says Dan has been waiting to touch you, Keith.
It causes problems with blood sugar and is associated with obesity.
I don't think
alcohol is a cellular toxin. It accelerates the aging process. How about that?
How about that? Do I look older than 44? Probably. I'm going to blame the sun, not the alcohol.
My perspective isn't very good on that. I don't know. Isn't excessive alcohol consumption? Shouldn't that vary person?
It's very
to person?
Subjective. It's very subjective. When you go to the doctor,
if you've got a history of alcoholism, then you have one or two drinks. I mean, you're done.
Well, when you go to the doctor, do you drink more than 2 alcoholic drinks in a week?
Yes.
I tell my doc now at this point, don't ask questions you don't want the fucking answers to. Yes, I do. But I'm not drinking hard liquor. I'm drinking beer. Not that it's any better, but it is better than hard liquor. But it's all subjective. So
yeah. Every individual is different. I don't know how you can say this number is excessive. Below that is not excessive. Above that is, I think it's different for every person.
Yep.
All right. Up next, chronic stress.
Guilty.
I think you do tend to stress out about things
that's going to kill me before anything.
You probably don't need to stress out that much about.
That's going to kill me before anything.
But I must
out of the first 5, that's going to be the one that kills me.
Chronic stress can shorten telomeres. Well, I don't have what telomeres. What's a telomere? telomeres.
Oh, I have no idea.
which are DNA protein structures
There
that
you
play
go.
a central role in cell fate.
It
and
tells you what it is right there. Why are
I
you
know.
asking me?
I don't. I hadn't.
You're
heard,
trying to quiz me.
I'm not a medical person. I'm not familiar with that term. But you know what? Back when I had only one job, I didn't stress about anything. Now that I have 3 jobs, I stress about everything.
Yep.
So I do have a. I don't know if I'd call it chronic though.
No, I stress about everything.
But I think I do have stress in my life. Number 7, and I am way guilty of this: inadequate sleep.
Yeah.
So after we did our last podcast, where we had Pitts on, our buddy Dexter Pitts, I was not 100% that day. I told, and I sort of set that up at the beginning of the podcast.
You came in with that.
I left that podcast that night, went home, jumped in the shower, went straight to bed. I did the same thing the next night. So I was definitely, I knew I was feeling terrible. I had the allergies going on, everything. I just felt miserable, and I knew I was in a sleep deficit. And I caught. I don't know if I don't know if it works that way. If you sleep, like 2 nights this week, I went to bed really early, slept in bed more than 8 hours. So I don't know if it works that way. You know, if you catch up, because I feel great, I feel fine today. I got the little allergy thing with the cough, but I feel way better today than I did the last time we did a podcast. So inadequate sleep, I'm probably guilty of that. Where are you at on that score?
When I'm at work, obviously it's my sleep pattern's all fucked up when I'm off work.
Yeah.
But obviously, since our boy Rob, like I slept in today. I didn't go down and see Rob today. I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go, and I was like, you know what? I need a day. And I slept in, but work, my sleep pattern for the last fucking 23 years has been fucked up. So
yeah.
When I get a chance to sleep, I could sleep for fucking 12 hours if you leave me alone. Dark room, you leave me alone. I got no.
You're knocked.
I'm done.
No,
I have zero issues about it.
There was one time I had a work schedule where I worked 3 different shifts in the span of a week, every week. There were a couple of days I worked day shift. 3 nights of the week I'd work overnights. Then 2 days of the week I'd work. Go in like what was that? Like 9 to 5.
6513 says you stress about all these political wedge issues constantly in all caps. So then I responded. I said, I feel like you stress until we go live so you can hit us.
But when I was doing that, I mean, I was in my 20s, so I can handle it a lot better.
Yeah, it's different. As you get older, everything fucking changes.
But every couple of weeks, when I had a day off, and like Wednesdays were typically my day off, I was just like, I'm in bed all day. Boom. Catch up on the sleep.
Yep.
And I don't know if that works that way, but I feel like if I catch up on my sleep, I'm kind of recharged and I'm good to go for a while. Okay, number 8, final one: poor oral hygiene accelerates aging by causing gum disease, tooth loss, stained teeth, bad breath. Gum disease and tooth loss not only affect oral health, but also impact your overall well-being.
Oral hygiene is a big deal because a lot of infection comes through your mouth.
I mean, I'm not anal retentive about almost anything, but about brushing my teeth.
What's your breath smell like? Let me smell.
Well,
oh God, it's like a fucking dumpster.
What? I've been drinking beer all day.
No, I'm kidding. I couldn't even smell. My allergies are so bad I can't smell.
But no, I've been very consistent on brushing my teeth and flossing and with the the mouthwash.
With my extracurriculars with dipping,
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure that I take care of my mouth as much as I can without throwing the fucking bullshit that I do.
All right, so those are the 8 areas. We're good in about 2 of them.
Yeah, we're knocking it out.
We don't smoke and we brush our teeth.
We're knocking it out of the park.
When it comes to being out in the sun,
yeah,
you don't lather up the sunscreen, do you?
I do the spray. I can't do like the physical lotion.
Yeah.
I can't stand feeling like greasy and shit.
I know.
But
I mean, my diet.
But I've got tattoos that I try to keep good.
Yeah.
Put sunscreen on, but I've lacked in that
Yeah.
in that space as well. But
I mean, my diet. I love Hamburger Helper.
can't be perfect, man. Can't be perfect.
I know. So there you go. There's that's like a public service for all of our viewers. Improve your life in those areas, and you'll live long and prosper.
Or just continue to do what you do and live your life the way you want to live it. And guess what? The clock ends no matter what.
And if you don't want to get your junk cut off, don't be a pedophile in Louisiana. Look at what we learned on the podcast today. Huh?
Look at
That's great.
Educational. I'm gonna hit this day in history real quick.
50 years in prison.
I know we're running a little over, but
with no junk. Remember, who was the guy? The guest we had that one time. I'm only gay for this day. he ain't even got
shit. Yeah, that was one of Rob's guys.
Oh my God, that guy was hilarious that day. I'm only gay for this day. That guy didn't even have that going for him.
Nope. Sure didn't.
Sorry, fellas, I can't help you out in that area.
We actually need to after this day in history hit at least an ad read. But
all right.
Today in history, April 26th, Chernobyl nuclear plant disaster.
I remember it well.
Do you? I don't.
You know, they made a TV show about that, but it was boring as fuck.
I watched it, yeah, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I tried. I think I lasted maybe 2.5 episodes. I said, "Fuck this, man." It was just.
Well, you know what's funny though is
it had like all this critical acclaim, like, "Oh, you know, it was so good." No, it's like
an
boring.
explosion that fired Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. Well, now they have all kinds of clubs and shit, and they're fucking blasting.
They're having a hell of a good time.
Caused radioactive fallout to begin spewing into the atmosphere. Dozens of people were killed in the immediate aftermath of the disaster, while the long-term death toll from radiation.
Can we place a phone call to Ukraine? Can we call one of those bars over there?
We did it with Hanger on the Wharf.
We did it in Alaska.
We did with Hanger on the Wharf. Maybe we should try to find one.
Hey, I know. The timing would probably be right because it's probably about midnight there in Ukraine. I don't know what the time difference is, but we can set it up. Hey, how's the party scene tonight? Yeah, we're thinking about coming down.
You got room? You got room for 4?
Yeah.
1865.
We love America.
Jesus Christ. John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Abraham Lincoln, was surrounded by federal troops near Port Royal, Virginia, and killed.
There you go. That's how we used to deal with fucks like that.
He got what he deserved. I'm trying to go through. 1933, Nazi Germany's infamous secret police, the Gestapo, was created. What else we got?
That's a dark day in history.
Yeah, that's terrible. Let's see. 2009, the United States declared a public health emergency as more possible cases of the swine flu surfaced from Canada to New Zealand. Officials in Mexico City closed everything from concerts to sports matches to churches in an effort to stem the spread of the virus.
What year was that?
2009.
I never got the swine flu.
Never did.
We talked about it a hell of a lot on the news. I remember
But
that.
we didn't see anything here. For the most part,
mm-hmm.
It wasn't the fucking coronavirus type shit. You'll like this one. 2013, singer George Jones, believed by many to be the greatest country crooner of all time, died at the age of 81.
What year was that?
2013.
He's been gone that long.
R.I.P. George Jones.
George Jones,
the
man.
Possum. R.I.P. the Possum. I love him.
They call me No Show Jones. Remember that song?
Yep. 2018, comedian Bill Cosby was convicted of drugging and molesting Temple University employee Andrea Constad at a suburban Philadelphia mansion in 2004.
Bill Cosby?
2018.
Is he still locked up?
I think he's out.
Is he out?
I think he's out. And then 2022, Russia pounded eastern and southern Ukraine as the U.S. promised to, quote unquote, keep moving heaven and earth to get Kiev the weapons it needed to repel the new offensive, despite Moscow's warnings that such support could trigger a wider war. Isn't that funny how it all comes together?
What year was that?
2022. Isn't that funny how it all comes together? Weird. So weird. You got
How about little Ohio Valley Productions?
Let's do it.
Been a great sponsor of this show almost since day one. If you have a party going on, and of course summertime is bearing down on us quickly, so party time is here. Maybe not the same level of party they have going on Kiev or however you say it now.
You can try to make it that way.
Yeah. There's no American taxpayer dollars supporting Ohio Valley Productions, but check out Ohio Valley Productions if you want to put on a corporate function, if you want to have a backyard barbecue, maybe a festival. Summertime festivals are coming up. Top talent, live acts, DJs, karaoke, trivia, and more. And your party will be rocking. Quality entertainment and a team with the most experience in the business. And they will make your event one to remember. If you have a vision for a great time, call our friends at Ohio Valley Productions. All you do is drop an email to Dan, just like my name.
It's weird. Dan
Varner's name is spelled the exact same way my name is spelled.
It's amazing.
So Dan at OhioValleyProductions.com. That's Dan at OhioValleyProductions.com.
Killed it. You killed it, my man.
I do what I can.
Well, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I think Dan's got a birthday dinner tonight.
Little radio on Saturday, little radio on Sunday. I didn't do any radio this whole week, and I've been pushed to the weekends, so that's all right.
So I'll be going live with our buddy Bosco. Everybody in the chats knows Bosco Autry. Sunday night.
Are you gonna be on his podcast?
On his Forever Road podcast.
Forever Road
podcast. It's awesome. We're going to go, as he put it in his YouTube short, a stroll down memory lane.
Do you have a car story to tell?
Yeah, we're going to talk about all of the old shows that we used to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Fall Guy, Knight Rider, all the shit.
Dukes of Hazzard.
We're covering all of them.
Dang, that's going to be good.
So, yeah. So make sure you tune into Bosco's page. Sunday night, 7 Eastern.
What about Magnum PI?
Well, I'm sure that's going to be in there, dude.
Right? He drove the, what was that, Lamborghini?
It's a Ferrari.
Okay. All right.
So this is why you weren't invited, because you just throw random shit out.
I'm thinking of like cars, cool cars that were in shows that I liked.
But yeah, so we're gonna have a good time Sunday night, but we'll have to figure out. We're probably going to be maybe a week off for one more, and I'm out of here just due to scheduling issues. But we're getting our May schedule together after we're done with this. So everybody tune in, but make sure check out Forever Road podcast. Bosco's awesome.
Man.
We talked for like an hour the other night. It was fantastic. FaceTiming, showing pictures and whatnot. So,
and don't smoke,
and make sure you brush your teeth. Dan,
we're good on those issues.
How often do you brush your teeth?
Every day.
Is it every day? Because I don't think you do it every day.
Every day.
I sit next to you multiple times. I don't think you do it every day.
Every day. Yes, he asked my wife. She knows.
We'll see you guys on the next round. Stay tuned to Instagram. We'll let you know when the next episode is.
I like the firm toothbrushes.